Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you guys how to create a genie ponytail. Now this genie ponytail will be a high genie ponytail, and it will not be done with the frontal but just with my client's natural hair. Now my client told me that she has relaxed hair. She probably did like a relaxer about 1 or 2 weeks ago. So with the thickness of her hair, I did have to go ahead and begin to press her hair out just a little bit straighter. My target was really to get like around the edges and everything like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and begin to flat iron her hair out, and I will also go on with my hot comb to get closer to the roots of her hair. Now as far as protection for her hair, I did use my Fantasia's spray heat protectant, and then to get the roots a little bit straighter, I am going to go in with my Kera wax stick and apply that to the perimeter of her hair and edges, and I will use that to hot comb her hair as well. So that's what the first part of this video pretty much is going to be focused on, what I am doing, like I said, to get her hair a little bit straighter before I begin to slick her hair up into the high ponytail. Okay, so as I mentioned, I went ahead and hot combed the perimeter and everything using my wax stick. So now I'm going to begin to start to spritz up and lay down my client's natural hair. Now everybody has their own techniques and methods of doing things when it comes to certain styles, but I'm showing you how I do it for me and what works for me. So today I'll be going in with the Got to Be Freeze spray. I will be using a freeze spray and spritz today to get her hair laid down. But first I'm going to go in with the Got to Be Freeze spray, and then I pretty much use the spritz just to like give that hair an extra mold. But what I like to do is just take my freeze spray, and I like to work like side by side, section by section. So I am going to start on the right side, and I'm just going to spray that freeze spray using my comb and brush to just smooth her hair out over and over. And I use my blow dryer to help me dry and mold the hair down. Now, like I mentioned before, it's so much easier for me to go section by section, so I'm doing the same thing to each side at a time. And this part of the video, or in general when you're doing a ponytail, it's just all about patience and repetition, because you will be doing the same thing over and over until you feel like your client hair is sleek enough to go to the next step. So all I'm going to be doing, like I mentioned before, is just using the Got to Be freeze spray and using the spritz as well, and my comb and the brush to comb the hair and brush the hair, and the blow dryer to basically help me smooth it and dry it into place. Now I am pretty satisfied with the way the back is looking, and I just showed you what it looks like. So now my focus is going to start sleeking up the right side. Now what I'm going to do first before I begin to sleek that up is I'm going to comb down her edges, because I will be using a regular edge control to actually do her baby hair. So I wanted to separate the edges from the rest of the ponytail, and that's exactly why I combed that down. And as I mentioned before, I like to work in sections, so I'm going to do her right side and then the front center, and then I would do the left side. And I'm just going to repeat the same things that I did with the Got To Be and the spritz comb and a blow dryer to just sleek all that up. Now keep in mind that her ponytail is not tight yet. I didn't do it to its tightest grip yet, because I want to make sure I get everything slicked up in the position in which I want it to fall. So I will actually be smoothing the hair in the front in a swooping motion, like swooping towards the back just a little bit, but not too big, because I want all the hair to fall exactly how I'm going to grip it for her ponytail. So like I said before, this will just be a lot of repetition, and then when you feel like the side is sleek enough, then you can go ahead and focus on your next section. So now that I completed that right side, I'm going to do the same thing with the middle. I move my baby hairs down using my Got To Be, my spritz, my comb, my blow dryer, and I'm going to sleek the center going straight up, because that's how it will fall once it's in a ponytail. And then I repeat the same exact steps again for the left side. So now that everything is all hard and slicked up, now it's just so much easier for me to grip everything into that ponytail. And I'm just going to grip it nice and tight, making sure that everywhere that I lay down the hair is nice and smooth. And I'm going to seal that with a nice thick rubber band. Now you can use the biggest stretchable thick black rubber bands, or you can use the more tan color one. It really doesn't matter. Even if you don't have rubber bands, I also recommend that you can use the really stretchy scrunchies, the one that are black and stretch really good, because they also give a really good grip. And now that I have gripped that ponytail to where I need it to be, I'm just gonna go and touch up any few places that need to be slicked down a little bit more. So I'm gonna go back in with my Pump It Up spritz and my comb and blow dryer, and just make those places extra clean and extra crisp, because you do want your ponytail to be as nice and smooth and as slick as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and touch up those areas, like I said, with my materials, and then I will begin to proceed to get the fantasy part of this ponytail done and show you pretty much how to wrap the hair around and do the finishing touches on this look. So as you guys can see, it's starting to look very smooth and very neat, all the way up to where the rubber band is. It's nice and flat and smooth, and that's how you want it to be. So just continue to touch up where you feel needs to be more cleaner, and then you can proceed with step 2. So now that that's done, you can go ahead and plait your client's natural leave out all the way down to the end, and you might want to secure that with a rubber band or something so that it does not come loose. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some wrapping paper and wrap my client's natural hair from the root of the ponytail all the way down towards the ends. I didn't have any more black wrapping paper, only had white left, so you can use the white or black, but I am going to take my black spray and spray that white tissue paper just a little bit. And to secure that your wrapping paper will stay, you can add some bonding glue to it and just go ahead and dry it and press it out. Or if you want to use spritz only or got to be and mold it down and dry it, you can do that as well. It's pretty much your option. But there is the black spray that I was showing you, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray that paper with that black spray so it is less visible inside the ponytail. But if you do the ponytail correctly, then you should not see the paper anyways. And another thing I wanted to mention when it comes to the Genie ponytail, it's really about like the height that you create for the ponytail that gives it that extra Genie look. So I will show you guys as well what you can do to create the height for this ponytail. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do now is go ahead and take her bundles, and I'm going to start from the bottom of that plait and just wrap that hair around from the bottom to the top. And that is pretty much what a fantasy ponytail is. A lot of people may be confused what's the difference between a fantasy ponytail and just a regular ponytail. With the fantasy, you braid the hair using their natural hair or with braiding weave. If you want the ponytail to be an exaggerated long length, you will plait their hair all the way down with the braiding hair, and you just wrap the hair around that braid all the way to the top, and it gives you a horsetail type of look. And for some people who don't want it to be extremely long, but they do want the ponytail to be skinny, this is the same method that you would do for that look. Still braid your client's natural hair down, secure it, wrap it up, and then begin to glue the hair around that plait all the way up to the roots. And I am using two bundles today. I'm using a 22-inch and a 24-inch straight bundles. And guys, I know this video is a little bit lengthy, but just, you know, continue to watch because I am not leaving out anything on how to perfectly achieve this Genie ponytail. But going back to the video, you just want to go ahead and wrap everything to the root. And now I'm at the top, so I'm just going to go ahead and secure that last little piece with that bonding glue, and I'm going to blow dry it and show you how to hide the tracks at the top and what you have to do to get this ponytail with some height. So now I did notice that her hair was previously cut because she did use these bundles before. So to cover up those cut pieces, I am going to just go in with some oil sheen heat protectant and a little bit of the Got To Be Free spray just to like mold that hair at the top as one. That way you do not see the little short pieces sticking out, and I did that very successfully. And now I'm going to show you how you can wrap the hair around to get the perfect Genie, you know, clean coat to the top of the ponytail. So now that you have secured the ponytail, what you want to do is I like to grab just a little section of the ponytail hair from the back, and I just use that to wrap the hair around. And I use my Got To Be Free spray to just make it nice and wet and flat and smooth. I like to comb it out, and that is how I do my wraparound for my ponytails. Now, because this is a Genie ponytail, after I wrap this first piece, I'm going to grab an additional piece from the back of that ponytail to wrap around the ponytail like I'm doing here, because I wanted to give the ponytail a little bit more height. And this is pretty much what you do depending on how high you want your ponytail to sit up. You can just continue to grab those pieces and wrap and wrap and wrap around that ponytail until it creates the height that you would need. So like you see here, I'm grabbing another piece and combing it out, smoothing it out, and I'm going to go in with my free spray once again to continue to wrap that ponytail up to give it more height. And you just want to make sure that you stay neat with this, because neatness is everything, especially when it comes to a simple style like this. neatness is very, very important. So once I go ahead and wrap that up, I will use my comb and my freeze spray to just comb it and make it as smooth as possible and as clean as possible. So now that I blow dried that, I'm just going to go ahead and begin to flat iron the ponytail so it's nice and straight and neat. And then I'm going to show you how I created the baby hairs for this look. And I will also have the information. If you do not already, just go ahead and follow me on my Instagram page, and that is _beautiful hustler on Instagram, so you can see everything that I use. Like, I'd like to tag the companies or products that I'm using in my captions so you guys can know what to purchase. Like this edge control for this video that I'm using, I will have that information listed as well. And I'm just going to go ahead, and the same hair that I pulled down for the baby hairs, I'm going to use that to swoop, the edge control to swoop those hairs. And I love to use this little edge brush. Now usually I do my baby hairs with a small tooth comb, but I've been finding these edge brushes way more useful, and I really love this one I have here because it's double-sided with the combs. Like one side is bigger than the other, and then the brush just gives you that extra smoothing. And what I love about this edge control, it blends, well, it like shapes so well for one, and it's not greasy, which is another good thing. And I like the fact that I was able to still brush that edge control in with the hair on. Well, I like to, Jesus, I can't get my words out. It was so much easier for me to brush the hair in to the rest of the ponytail using that edge control because it just went right and smooth, and I was still able to spray a little more spritz on the top towards the end of this video, and it did not flake up or grease up. So that is another great benefit of this edge control. So I'll just be going ahead and swooping that up like you see me doing here. And like I said, going in with my spritz once again, just to give it a final like lay down. And then pretty much after this step, like her hair is finished. I already went in and sprayed some black spray all around her ponytail, and I didn't do too much. You want to be very, very careful, especially when it comes to the edges, because black spray on edges like that is really not a good look. Like, it does not look good when you can actually see the black spray in the baby hairs. So I also went ahead and secured 2 hairpins into her top part just so it doesn't, you know, fall back or anything like that. But this is pretty much the finishing look. I hope this tutorial was good enough for you guys and very detailed. She was very happy and loved her ponytail. But however, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to I Am Beautiful Hustler channel. Thank you.